Imagine a world where your ambition is constantly questioned, your capabilities underestimated, and your path relentlessly blocked, not by your own shortcomings, but by the invisible walls of prejudice and outdated norms. For Aisha, a brilliant and driven young woman, her entire life was a battle against these entrenched barriers. She possessed a keen mind, an unyielding spirit, and a burning passion. Yet she faced a relentless chorus of doubt, overwhelming odds, and the chilling certainty that she didn't belong in the spaces she aspired to conquer. She was told she was too young, too female, too different to excel in her chosen field. Every step forward felt like pushing against an invisible, immovable force. She faced dismissive glances, outright discrimination, and the constant pressure to conform, to shrink, to accept her place. The world saw her struggles, her uniqueness, her pain. But they didn't see the burning fire in her soul, the unyielding conviction that kept her going when everything screamed at her to quit, to simply accept the status quo. But what if true greatness isn't about fitting in, but about fearlessly standing out? What if the most inspiring victories aren't just about achieving a goal, but about shattering every barrier, proving everyone wrong, and forging a path where none existed before? This is the extraordinary, raw, and utterly triumphant story of Aisha. It's a testament to the quiet struggles many face, the profound impact of unwavering self-belief, and the astonishing journey of how one individual, through pure grit and an unyielding spirit, broke every barrier and achieved the impossible. Prepare to be incredibly inspired, because this is a heartfelt chronicle about a spirit that refused to be confined. Aisha was a child of boundless curiosity. From a young age, she was fascinated by the intricate workings of the world. While other children played with dolls, Aisha dismantled old radios, meticulously reassembling them. She devoured books on science, technology, and engineering, her brilliant mind captivated by complex theories and innovative designs. Her parents, immigrants who had come to the country seeking better opportunities, encouraged her intellect, fostering her love for learning, believing that education was the key to unlocking any door. However, as Aisha grew older, the subtle societal barriers began to appear. In school, she was often the only girl in advanced math and science classes. Her teachers, though generally supportive, sometimes subtly steered her towards more traditional female career paths. Boys in her class often dismissed her ideas, or assumed she couldn't understand complex technical concepts. Aisha felt a quiet frustration. She knew her mind was as capable, if not more so, than anyone else's. She saw the unwritten rules, the unspoken expectations, and a fierce determination ignited within her. She would not be confined. She pursued engineering in college, choosing a notoriously male-dominated field, robotics. Her professors were largely male, her classmates overwhelmingly so. She faced skepticism in lectures, subtle condescension in group projects, and often felt she had to work twice as hard, prove herself twice as much, just to be taken seriously. She endured dismissive comments, ignored contributions, and the constant pressure to conform. But Aisha refused to be intimidated. She thrived on the challenge, using every doubt, every barrier, as fuel for her relentless pursuit of knowledge and excellence. She spent countless hours in the lab, learning every detail, mastering every concept. Her passion for robotics was a fire that burned too brightly to be extinguished by prejudice. She graduated at the top of her class, armed with a brilliant mind and an unyielding will. She sought employment at leading robotics firms, eager to apply her knowledge, to innovate, to break new ground. But the industry, despite its forward-thinking nature, was still largely a closed club, dominated by men who preferred to hire their own kind. She faced polite rejections, vague excuses, and the chilling reality of systemic bias. She was immensely talented, but the doors remained stubbornly closed. Aisha found herself in a frustrating paradox. Highly educated, incredibly skilled, yet unable to secure a position that matched her capabilities. She received countless rejection letters, each one a stark reminder of the invisible walls that stood in her way. She heard whispers that she was too assertive, too direct, not a team player. Coded language she understood meant too female for their male-dominated world. Her dreams of innovation felt distant. Almost mocking Dot, she took a job far below her skill level, a temporary position at a small tech startup, hoping to get a foot in the door, any door. She worked tirelessly, proving her worth, volunteering for extra projects, constantly demonstrating her expertise. She faced casual sexism, microaggressions, and the constant pressure to remain quiet, to not challenge the established hierarchy. But Aisha refused to be silenced. She spoke up, respectfully but firmly, challenging outdated ideas, offering innovative solutions. She was a woman in a man's world, and she was not about to shrink. Her relentless efforts, however, often met with resistance. Her ideas were sometimes overlooked, then later praised when proposed by a male colleague. Her contributions were downplayed. She felt a profound weariness, a constant battle against an unseen enemy that sapped her energy and tested her resolve. She saw her peers, male colleagues with less experience, rapidly advancing, receiving promotions and opportunities she was denied. The injustice was palpable, frustrating, and deeply demoralizing. She questioned everything: her path, her choices, her very worth. Was she truly not good enough? Or was the system simply designed to keep her out? She sought mentorship, reaching out to established professionals in the field, mostly men, hoping for guidance, for an open door. Many offered polite advice, but little tangible help. A few were openly dismissive, telling her the industry wasn't for her, that she should consider something more suited to her strengths. These words stung, reinforcing the pervasive message that she didn't belong. She felt utterly isolated, a lone warrior battling an invisible, unyielding force. The silence from those who should have supported her was deafening. Her initial optimism began to wane, replaced by a deep-seated frustration and the chilling fear that she might never truly break through. The turning point for Aisha wasn't an external breakthrough, but a fierce, internal decision. She was tired of fighting for a seat at a table that wasn't designed for her. She was tired of proving her worth to those unwilling to see it. She realized that if the doors wouldn't open, she would build her own. She would create her own table. She would forge her own path. She quit her unsatisfying job, a terrifying leap of faith without a safety net. She decided to launch her own robotics startup. The idea was audacious, almost reckless, given her lack of capital and connections. But she possessed something far more valuable: an unyielding will, a brilliant mind, and a vision that burned too brightly to be contained. She poured every ounce of her savings, every waking hour, into developing her prototype. She worked from her tiny apartment, turning it into a makeshift lab surrounded by wires, circuits, and the glow of her computer screen. She taught herself every aspect of starting a business: fundraising, marketing, legalities. She became her own engineer, her own CEO, her own biggest champion. She battled technical glitches, financial constraints, and the constant, nagging voice of self-doubt. But she remembered every dismissal, every skeptical glance, and it fueled her determination. She would prove them all wrong. She faced an uphill battle for funding. Venture capitalists, mostly men, listened politely to her pitches, then passed, citing her lack of experience, her niche market, her unconventional approach. It was the familiar chorus of dismissal, subtly masked. But Aisha refused to be deterred. She pivoted, sought out angel investors who prioritized innovation over conventional resumes, and found a few who saw her brilliance, her fierce conviction. They were few, but they were enough. They believed in her vision, in her raw talent, in her unyielding grit. Her startup, Ether Robotics, initially struggled. But Aisha's passion, her innovative designs, and her relentless work ethic slowly began to turn heads. Her first product, a highly intuitive and adaptive robotic arm designed for precision manufacturing, revolutionized a niche market. It was a testament to her unique vision, her ability to see solutions where others saw only problems. The industry, which had once dismissed her, now took notice. Aisha became a force to be reckoned with. She built a diverse team, prioritizing talent and innovation over traditional biases. She mentored young women in STEM, inspiring them to pursue their passions, to break their own barriers, to believe in their boundless potential. She spoke openly about the discrimination she faced, using her platform to advocate for gender equality in tech, for creating a more inclusive and equitable industry. She was no longer just building robots. She was building a future, one where talent knew no gender, no race, no artificial limitation. She faced new challenges, fierce competition, corporate espionage, public scrutiny. But she met every obstacle with the same unwavering resolve, the same pure grit that had defined her journey. Her past struggles, her experience with being underestimated, had forged her into an unbreakable leader, a visionary who saw not just the technology, but the profound human impact it could have. Aisha's story is a powerful reminder that barriers, whether visible or unseen, are merely challenges waiting to be broken. It shows us that true strength isn't about conforming to expectations, but about fearlessly asserting your own worth, relentlessly pursuing your passion, and daring to forge a path where none existed before. Her journey from being underestimated to becoming a pioneering leader is a testament to the extraordinary power of an unyielding spirit, its boundless capacity for innovation, and its profound ability to transform systemic adversity into a platform for global change. Her tale is a beacon of hope for anyone facing discrimination, for anyone whose ambitions are dismissed, or for anyone who believes that their dreams are too big for their circumstances. It reminds us that your unique perspective, your authentic voice, and your unwavering belief in yourself are your greatest superpowers. Because when you choose to fight, to build your own table, and to break every barrier placed in your way, you don't just achieve success. You inspire countless others to find their own strength and shatter their own ceilings. Not so? The next time you face a barrier that seems insurmountable, or witness someone being unjustly held back, remember Aisha. Remember her courage. Remember that the greatest victories are often forged by those who refuse to be confined, and that your own spirit holds the power to break every barrier and inspire a world. If Aisha's incredible story of she broke every barrier, an inspiring tale touched your heart, if it reignited a spark of determination or reminded you of the profound power of defying expectations, please take a moment to like this video. Your likes help us share these powerful true stories of resilience and triumph with more people who need to hear them. And if you're moved by true tales of the human spirit, extraordinary strength, and life's beautiful transformations, be sure to subscribe to Heartfelt Chronicles. We bring you inspiring stories every week that remind us that no barrier is too great for an unyielding spirit. Don't forget to hit that notification bell so you never miss another journey with us. What's a barrier you've broken, or an expectation you've defied that taught you about your own strength? Share your powerful experiences and thoughts in the comments below. Let's celebrate the courageous spirits among us. Thank you for watching. And remember, your potential is limitless when you refuse to be confined. See you in the next video.